Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Jeffy and this is my best friend Android the Chihuahua. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to do an easy melt and pour design, and the best part is it's going to be Valentine's Day themed. I'm sure you guys can see I already have some colors here and you're probably wondering why my soap is half made. Well, this is actually the last soap bar that we made on this channel, and I just cut it up into pieces so we can reuse it. And you might be wondering why I cut up a perfectly good soap bar, and the answer to that is we have a budget on this channel, and if we can reuse a little bit of supplies, it'll help us make some more videos, which is always a good time. So it was a little sad to cut up such beautiful bars, but I think that the bar we're gonna make today is gonna be even better, so it's gonna be worth it. So happy Valentine's Day, Android. It smells like plumeria now, he's over it. Speaking of, this is our scent of the day, Plumeria Fragrance Oil from Brambleberry, and we're just going to be sticking with it because it's what I put in these from our last project. If you need to get caught up to where I'm starting, all you're going to need to do is take 4 different colors, mix them with a little bit of melt and pour soap and some fragrance oil, and then put them in individual molds. That way you have one block chunk of each color. When you're using fragrance oil in melt and pour soap, the best rule of thumb is just a ½ ounce per pound of soap that you use. So we have 4 different colors here. One of them is already shredded, but I also have 1 bag of white melt and pour, and this is really important because this is what we're going to be using to encase everything else. And you could use any color you want for your background, but I think the white color is going to look really good in this because all of our other colors should pop and the design should really come through. The mold of the day is a 1 pound soap loaf mold. This one's from Nurture Soap. You can also get them on Brambleberry and Amazon. And then I have a little microwavable safe container. You could really get this in most soap supply places. And then our final important item of the day is this heart-shaped mold, and it's a cane mold. The first step for this project is going to be to make our little embed with this heart cane mold. And to do that, we really only need it to be about as tall as our mold because I'm only going to be doing 1 of these. So we're really only going to be filling it about halfway with all of our stuff, all of our soap. And then I have a Pringles container here. It's just a little secret. It'll help you keep it up straight while it is setting. All right, so our Pringles can is all set up and our flakes are looking great for our first color. And before we put our melt and pour soap into this mold, we're going to want to spritz it with some alcohol and just get it really moist. This alcohol is really going to help everything stick together well. Alright, so now that that is wet, I'm going to just be dropping it down the tube. And we only need about half a tube, but I'm going to go just a little bit farther just to see what happens. I'm curious if we get air bubbles at the bottom. I've actually never used this technique before, but I imagined this soap in my head and it looked beautiful, so I really hope this works out for us. Once our mold's completely set up, we're ready to melt down some white melt and pour. And I'm just going to be melting about as much as I think it's going to take to fill in all the in-between spots. Okay, our white melt and pour is ready to go, and I did let this cool for a few seconds after taking it out in hopes that it will not melt our little pieces that we got in there. And all of those bubbles, that's crazy. So I'm assuming that this worked just based on how all those bubbles went, and I'm really excited for that. Our cane came out pretty good. The sides kind of have some weird confetti pieces, but I think once this is encased with the rest of our soap, it'll all look perfectly fine. Next, I'm going to use my 1 pound soap loaf mold to measure and cut this so that it'll fit inside. Now that we have our little heart embed ready to go, I'm just going to grind up the rest of our soap bits. And if you want to get a good idea of how much melt and pour you're going to need to melt for the next step, you can measure all of your embeds and then subtract that from 1 pound, and whatever is left is going to be how much white melt and pour you'll need. Before we can start putting all of our little pieces into the 1 pound mold, we're gonna need to get them all a little bit wet with some alcohol, and that's just gonna help everything stick together really well. All right, so now that all of our embeds are nice and moist from that alcohol, I'm just gonna begin filling our little 1 pound mold. The first color I'm gonna pour in is the blue, and I'm just gonna pour in a majority of it. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of our yellow and mix it with the blue. I'm gonna dump the rest of that in. Then in goes most of our yellow. We're gonna save a little bit of it for a mix with a pink. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and put in our little heart embed. Next, I'm gonna pour a little bit of my red with that yellow. All right, now that we're halfway done filling our mold, I'm just gonna pop this white melt and pour in the microwave. Our melt and pour is looking really good. I'm just gonna let this cool for a few seconds before I begin pouring. That way it doesn't totally destroy all the embeds. All right, so I'm just gonna begin by pouring down the sides. Right, and once it's saturated all the way to the top, I'm gonna pour in the rest of our pink and yellow, and then the rest of our pink. Now we just have to finish it off. If you have any bubbles on top, just use a little bottle of alcohol to spritz it and they'll go right away. Android's finished bar looks amazing. I think we did a really good job with our confetti pieces. Everything looks really nice. All right, so these are our finished bars. Overall, I think we did a great job on these. I wish I put a little bit more of a darker color for the heart because it sticks out perfectly in some of them, like this end piece, but it's not quite as dark as I would like in other pieces. Other than that though, this is definitely one of my favorite melt and pour projects that we've done so far. It's really colorful and bright and everything just looks so beautiful. Android and I just want to take a minute to thank everyone for watching this video. We're just about to hit 500 subscribers on this channel and Android is super excited about it, so he's going to be doing a giveaway with one of these bars and a surprise piece of dog themed jewelry from our shop. To enter this giveaway, all you have to do is go down below in the comments and comment a way I can get a hold of you if you're the winner. So that would be either an email address or an Instagram handle. And then 1 week after this video gets posted, I'll use a random comment selector to pick a winner from the comment section. Thank you everybody again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you again next time. Bye.